Good morning, my beautiful viewers, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, my name is James, and on this channel we share the everyday projects that come with country living, maintaining equipment, gardening, improving property, and finding practical ways to make life a little easier. If you enjoy honest reviews, tractor work, and stories from a lifetime of experience, I hope you'll consider subscribing and joining our growing community. Today we're climbing on to the Kubota B2301 and heading back to the mulch pile in search of what I like to call black gold. If you've watched this channel for a while, you already know this pile has become one of my favorite places on the property. It's amazing what time, moisture, and millions of microorganisms can accomplish. As you can probably tell, we've had another stretch of rainy weather here in Ohio. I certainly won't complain because rain is one of the best things that can happen to a property. The grass stays green, the trees stay healthy, and the garden doesn't require nearly as much watering. But every blessing usually comes with a drawback, and today's drawback is this mulch pile, and the top layer is absolutely soaked. That means I have to change my game plan a little bit. Instead of digging deep with the loader and risking getting the tractor buried or bringing up a huge amount of wet material, I'm just going to skim off the top layer. Sometimes the smartest thing you can do with equipment is to recognize the conditions and work with them rather than fight them. I've learned over the years that patience usually beats horsepower. My goal today is simple. I'm looking for the finished compost hiding underneath all this mulch. I call it black gold because that's exactly what it is. To someone driving by, this might just look like a pile of old wood chips. To a gardener, this is valuable soil. Every year, Mother Nature quietly takes branches, leaves, bark, grass clippings, and wood chips and slowly transforms them into one of the richest soil amendments you can put back into the ground. There's no factory involved, no chemicals, just time, moisture, oxygen, fungi, bacteria, earthworms, insects, and millions upon millions of microscopic organisms doing exactly what they've been designed to do. Nature is an incredible recycler. One thing I've noticed over the years is that people often underestimate what healthy soil can do. If your soil is alive, your plants usually thrive. Healthy soil holds moisture longer during dry weather. It feeds beneficial microbes. It improves root development. It reduces erosion. It even helps lawns tolerate heat much better. That's one reason I'm always talking about building soil instead of simply feeding grass. There's a difference. You can pour fertilizer on poor soil every year, or you can improve the soil itself and let nature do much of the work for you. As I move this loader bucket across the pile, I'm paying attention to color. Fresh wood chips are easy to spot. They're lighter in color. You can still recognize pieces of bark and shredded branches. Finished compost is different. It's dark, soft, crumbly. Almost looks like coffee grounds. When you squeeze it in your hand, it doesn't feel like wood anymore. It feels like rich earth. That's what we're searching for today. Unfortunately, the pile is wetter than I expected. Every bucket is carrying a lot of moisture, and that's not necessarily bad for composting. Microorganisms need moisture, but when it's this wet, separating finished compost from unfinished mulch becomes much more difficult. If I had several days of hot sunshine, this pile would dry considerably. Then I could screen it much more easily and separate the black gold from the larger chunks. Sometimes timing is everything. Once I do find enough finished compost, I already know where it's going. First, I want to spread some across section of my lawn. People ask me all the time, why my grass stays so green. The answer isn't one magic product. It's years of soil improvement. Organic matter builds healthier turf. Every application improves things just a little bit more. Those little improvements eventually become big improvements. Second, I want some of this compost in the garden every season. The vegetables remove nutrients from the soil. One of the best ways to replenish those nutrients is by adding compost. My garden has come a long way over the years. Every year I try to leave it a little better than I found it. That philosophy applies to just about everything I own. The third project is something I'm looking forward to. I'd like to build additional raised garden beds. I've become a big fan of raised beds because they're easier to work, weed, and manage. They warm up faster in the spring, drain better after heavy rains, and as I get older, they certainly save my back. Having a supply of homemade compost makes building raised beds much more affordable than buying bags of soil. While I'm working here today, I can't help but appreciate this little Kubota. I've owned a number of tractors over the years, and everyone has taught me something. The B2301 isn't the biggest tractor around. It isn't designed to compete with full-size farm tractors. But for property maintenance, loader work, landscaping, gardening, snow removal, and countless other chores, it's hard to beat. It's maneuverable, reliable, easy on fuel. And it seems like every week I discover another job for it. Some of my favorite videos on this channel involve this tractor because it represents practical country living. It's not about having the biggest machine, it's about having the right machine. Before I came out here to play in the mulch pile, my son and I took care of another project that's been sitting on my list. One of the rental houses had a plumbing leak. Those little jobs have a way of hanging over your head until they're finished. The tenant reported water leaking under the kitchen sink. At first glance, it looked like the trap might have been leaking. That's usually where most people start looking. But after we investigated a little further, we discovered the actual leak was higher up. The leak was coming from the sink strainer assembly. The gasket and O-rings had simply reached the end of their life. So we loaded up and made a quick trip to Home Depot. One thing I appreciate is being able to walk into the store, find exactly what I need, and get back to work without making 3 different stops. Fortunately, they had every part we needed in stock. That made the repair pretty straightforward. Instead of rushing the job, we brought the old components back to the shop. That's something I've always believed in. Clean everything thoroughly before putting it back together. Dirt hides problems, clean parts tell the truth. We removed the old gasket, installed new O-rings, cleaned the mating surfaces, reassembled everything carefully, tightened it properly, not too loose and not too tight. Then we tested it, not a single drip. Repairs like that are satisfying. Sometimes the smallest jobs bring the greatest sense of accomplishment. Owning property means there's always another project waiting. If it isn't mowing grass, it's repairing plumbing. If it isn't fixing plumbing, it's trimming trees. If it isn't trimming trees, it's repairing equipment. The work never really ends. But I've learned something over the years. If you stay ahead of maintenance, you usually prevent much bigger repairs later. Small problems have a way of becoming expensive problems if they're ignored. One thing retirement or semi-retirement has taught me is to appreciate the process. Years ago, I always focused on finishing the project. Today, I enjoy the project itself. Operating the tractor, listening to the engine, watching something improve one bucket at a time. There's something peaceful about it. Maybe that's why I enjoy making these videos, and it gives me an opportunity to share not only the work, but also the thought process behind it. As I continue working this pile, you can occasionally see darker pockets beginning to appear. That's encouraging. Even though I can't get to everything today because of the moisture, I know what's hiding underneath. Sometimes patience produces better results than forcing the issue. In another week, with several warm, sunny days, this pile may look completely different. One thing I've learned about compost is that you can never really have too much. Every garden benefits, every flower bed benefits, every newly planted tree benefits. Even lawns respond well when organic matter is added consistently over time. It's one of those investments that keeps paying dividends year after year. I often tell people that compost is one of the few things that actually gets better the longer you leave it alone. We're so accustomed to wanting immediate results. Nature doesn't work that way. Nature rewards patience. Every season adds another layer. Every rainfall contributes something. Every warm day speeds the process. Before long, what looked like waste has become one of the most valuable materials on the property. Well, my beautiful viewers, I think that's going to wrap things up for today. We didn't uncover as much black gold as I had hoped because the pile is simply holding too much water, but that's all part of working with nature. A few sunny days will dry things out, and I'll be back to continue the search. When I finally uncover a good supply of finished compost, we'll put it to work improving the lawn, enriching the garden, and building more raised beds. I hope you enjoyed spending a little time with me today. If you did, I would truly appreciate it if you could subscribe and leave a comment below. I'd love to hear how you make your own compost or what you use to improve your soil. Until next time, take care of yourselves, take care of one another, and never stop improving the little piece of earth you've been blessed to care for. God bless, and I'll see you in the next video.